and running extremely well between the wickets and collecting 3. Malik not pleased with his fielder. Thought it should have been kept down to 2. Noman Sava was the fielder pursuing that delivery. Once again, hitting the deck hard. Ravi De Silva unable to get it off the square. Qatar will be pleased with this start. Crowd slowly building up on a beautiful Friday morning here. They'll be well in for the second game with host Singapore taking on Malaysia. Malik drops it short. That was asking for trouble. Ravi De Silva leans back and caresses it through the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Beautiful shot. It's also time to welcome all our viewers in Singapore tuning in on our live broadcast and from around the world. And I believe it's a holiday for both these teams on the park back home, Kuwait and Qatar, today being a Friday, and later on for Malaysia. I'm pretty sure a lot of them will be tuning in, and we are expecting quite a crowd at the Singapore IA Oval here on Balestier Road. At the end of the first over, Kuwait 8 for the loss of no wicket. Inamul Haq entrusted bowling the second over. He's been doing a wonderful job bowling in the power plays. He's kept it tidy for his skipper and also picked up crucial wickets. He's using all his experience and guile with variations in pace and length, doing a wonderful job. Meet Bavza on strike. Good bit of fielding there. A backward point. Kamran Khan there. There's a bit of a confusion in the calling. No alarms at the end, both batsmen making it safely. There's a short third man. Backward point. Cover. Mid off. Long on. Short mid wicket. Cow corner. Backward square leg and a short fine leg. The square playing beautifully here this morning. Ball coming onto the bat nicely. Will assist the spinners a bit later on, but it's going to remain consistent throughout the game. What a wonderful day it is here. Cotton wool skies, sunny and blue. Namul Haq be bowling to Ravija De Silva. Short. Once again asking for trouble. Ravija De Silva strong on the cut shot. Deposits it to the cover boundary for 4. Might be worth considering a sweeper if Inamul Haq is planning to bowl that line and length. Tamim Sajad, the skipper, seemed to be suggesting the same. Inamul Haq continues. Beaten outside the off stump. Got a wonderful pause almost ideally designed for T20 bowling. Namul Haq, been very impressed with the way he's been bowling his off spinners. This time looking for a quick single, punches it to long on. Good diving attempt there by the short mid-wicket fielder, cannot prevent the single. Scoreboard ticks along nicely. Once again short, cut away to sweep a cover. This time the left-hander. That's the end of the second over. Kuwait 15 for the loss of no wicket. It's been a steady start by the Kuwaiti openers. Meet Bavza and Ravija De Silva. This is a much improved performance compared to the approach they took against Malaysia. It's measured, sensible, and looks to be a solid one. Malik continues from the Balestier Road end. Will be Meet Bavza on strike. There's a wideish third man, backward point, cover, sweeper cover, extra cover, mid-off on the offside. Mid-on, backward square leg and a short fine leg on the leg side. Once again, short, drifting down the leg side. Meet Bavza seems to have gotten a bit of willow on it. Pai Kalidas confirms that. 4 runs. Malik spraying it around this morning a little bit. Looks a bit stiff. Been bowling on both sides of the wicket. Mohammad Abais Malik, a very experienced campaigner for Qatar. He'll be looking to make amends. On this occasion, a much better line and length. Kuwaiti backward point fielder lets it rip. Good bit of backing up there from mid-off. Bit unnecessary, one might have felt. Ravi Jidisel was safely making his ground. There's no threat of a run out there whatsoever. I continue to see the helmet of the wicketkeeper being left behind him, which I always feel is a dangerous approach. Be conceding unnecessary runs should the ball hit it. Kuwaiti batsman looking for a quick single, makes it comfortably. That helmet has no business being there unless it's on the head of the wicketkeeper. Substitute fielder should run it in and out. So little things that you need to pay attention to when every run matters. Qatar seems to think otherwise. Wise Malik to Ravija De Silva. Both Kuwaiti batsmen, the openers, off to a decent start. They will look to make maximum use of these power play overs to build a solid platform for their strikers to follow. This time gets an inside edge. Down to short fine leg. That was a clumsy overthrow, quite unnecessary once again. The Kuwaiti batsman, sharp, aware of the situation, capitalized by stealing an overthrow. Malik, the big unit, not pleased. No bowler is pleased when overthrows are conceded off their bowling. That's a high quality shot. Ravijit De Silva just leans into it and lofts it over the bowler's head. A magnificent 6. Gun barrel straight. As a bowler, if you hit like that, you gotta say top shot and get on with it. It's a very sensible approach this morning employed by Kuwait. This time short, smashed away. Magnificent stroke play here. Ravijit De Silva lighting up the IA ground. Picked up that short length very early, pulled it from outside off stump. 4 runs. At the end of 3 overs, Kuwait 32 for the loss of no wicket. They'll be very pleased with this start. Inamul Haq continues from the Serangoon Road end. Be bowling to Mead Bavsar, the left-hander. Got a field. Third man backward point. Extra cover. It's a quick single taken there. Wonderful bit of fielding. Direct hit. Tamu Sajad, a wonderful fielder, the Qatar captain. But a very committed dive there from Mead Bavsar ensures he makes the ground safely. Seems to be the physio doing a Hussein Bolt to the centre. Seem to be needing a bit of a look into there as a result of that dive. Buddhi Pradhan, the umpire, right on top of things, making sure that this stoppage is justified. Well, the old magic spray seemed to have come out. Works for everything. Rusty nuts, scratches. If your car engine doesn't start up, bring out the magic spray. Okay. Qatar physio sprints back off the track. Seems to be a good sprinter. And we will continue with proceedings. Inamul Haq be bowling to Ravijit De Silva. Seem to be in fine touch this morning. Once again, short, guided away to long leg for 4. This is very good batting. He's picking the gaps, starting to see the ball well. Qatar, they've been a bit short in terms of length this morning. They're paying the price. It's a good place to be when you pick up a boundary off the first delivery of the over. And on this occasion, Inamul Haq strikes back. That's a soft dismissal. Seemed to have put a bit more revs on that one. Dipped. Drew the fall stroke from Ravijit De Silva. He perishes, giving the simplest of catches back to the bowler. He'll be disappointed, having gotten a start, throwing it away. Qatar will be very pleased. Adnan Idris walks out to the middle to join Meet Bavza. Number 3 for Qatar. I beg your pardon, for Kuwait. Just when Kuwait was looking like they were going to put the foot down on the pedal, that man once again, Inamul Haq, throws a spanner in the works, gets that crucial breakthrough for his captain. Taimur Sajjad will be very pleased with the way he has bowled in the power plays for Qatar. Taimur Haq continues from the Serangoon Road end. Straight away. Makes the batsman come forward. Adnan Idris defending carefully. It's a good bit of fielding. This could be curtains if it hits. That was an absolute mix-up on all parts. The two Kuwaiti batsmen, they seem to have got their frequencies wrong. It was a wonderful stop at backward point. Unfortunately for Qatar, he couldn't follow it up with a accurate return to the wicketkeeper. Otherwise, it would have been absolute curtains for Meet Bavza, who was headed to the danger end. Kamran Khan there at backward point, doing a good job for Qatar. Amidst all that commotion, the Kuwait total moves up by 1 run. Bavza punches it down to long off, collects a single. These two batsmen certainly seem to have issues running between the wickets. For the sake of Kuwait, they'll be looking to sort it out. At the end of 4 overs, Kuwait 35 for the loss of 1 wicket. ICC World T20 Qualifiers Asia Final, what an event it has been. Hosted in concert here in Singapore. The ICC and the Singapore Cricket Association doing a wonderful job to have some wonderful T20 cricket here on the park, and it's been some amazing games thus far. This afternoon's game between Singapore host and Malaysia, the friendly rival from across the Straits, would be another great game. Be a large crowd expected here, as well as tuning in to our live coverage. Comes into the attack. It's been a very effective operator for Qatar throughout this tournament. Will be bowling to Meet Bavza. There's a third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, and a mid-off. On the leg side, there's a short fine leg, backward square leg mid-on, and there's also a deep backward point on the offside boundary. Short smashed away. Excellent bit of fielding, but unfortunately cannot cut the boundary. Qatar will figure out sooner rather than later. The length to bowl on this wicket is not short.